A rainy weather pattern continued to cause problems. More on what happened last night and if there is an end in sight. Plus, Southridge High School held its commencement practice this afternoon at Huntingburg's Memorial Gym. And Cheryl Mullis and Brian Ketzner are tonight's guests on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin tonight with more problems caused by rainy weather across the viewing area. Fire crews with the Huntingburg Volunteer Fire Department were called to DMI plant number 5 along 8th Street in Huntingburg after a section of the roof collapsed under the weight of rainwater at 7:05 last night. Huntingburg Fire Chief Scott Patberg says a 20 by 60 portion of the roof had given way as heavy rain continued to fall across the area yesterday afternoon and into the evening. Patberg says Huntingburg utilities were called to the scene to turn off the gas and water service to the building after the collapse. There also was water damage in the building. Patberg says the building, which was idle, appeared to be in use as a warehouse. 5 trucks and 14 men from the Huntingburg Fire Department responded to the scene. They were there for 15 minutes. DuBois County Sheriff's deputies also were busy as a Birdseye Teens vehicle became submerged in a ditch due to the rain. Deputies were called at 7:20 last night to an area along Club Road just to the south of County Road 550 South near St. Anthony. When they arrived, they found a car that had overturned in the ditch. Deputies say the vehicle was completely submerged with only its tires sticking up out of the water. As the vehicle was pulled from the water, it was found that the driver had been able to get out of the car. The driver, 16-year-old Rachel Hope of Birdseye, was brought back to the scene by a neighbor. Hope told deputies that she had been going northbound on Club Road near County Road 550 South when she came up on a stretch of the road that had flooded. Hope's car began to hydroplane, and as it hydroplaned, it moved towards the west side of the roadway and spun as it left the road. Hope's vehicle then slid down an embankment where it overturned in a ditch filled with fast-moving water. Hope told deputies that she opened her driver's side door as the car began to fill up with water, and thus she was able to get out of the car even though it had rolled over. Hope then made it to the embankment, pulled herself to safety, and went up to the neighbor's house. Hope was not injured in the crash, though her car was totaled. The St. Anthony Volunteer Fire Department, Memorial Hospital EMS, and a wrecker from Hassenauer's also assisted. Now, DuBois County Sheriff's deputies want to once again remind the public to use caution in heavy rains and when roadways flood. They say roads can flood very quickly during a rainstorm, which easily can cause vehicles to hydroplane. Several local convenience stores were among those to be cited by state excise police earlier today. Excise police say as many as 55 charges in all could be filed against a dozen Huck's stores. The charges come on the heels of a 2-month-long investigation into beer pricing. In February, state excise police received a complaint that Martin & Bailey Incorporated released a flyer that included a coupon for $1 off any 6-pack of beer or larger with a coupon. The coupon had a disclaimer that read, "Limit of 1 offer per person per visit, no copies accepted, not good with other offers, and good only at participating Huck's stores." Now, Indiana law requires that alcoholic beverages be sold for the same price to all customers. In this case, since not every customer who purchased beer from Huck's stores during the promotional period had coupons, they were not offered the beer for the discounted price. Excise police say the citations could result in a monetary fine of up to $1,000 per charge or suspension of the alcoholic beverage permit for a period of time, or both. As mentioned, several local Huck's convenience stores were among those in southern Indiana to be cited. These included locations in Huntingburg, Vincennes, Petersburg, French Lick, and Paoli. Public safety all across Indiana is moving forward, though the change may take some extra time locally. 911 call centers statewide are now offering the text to 911 service for Hoosiers. Verizon Wireless is the first of the phone carriers to provide the service. AT&T, Sprint, and T-Mobile customers also are going to have access to the service. That's expected to happen sometime before the end of the year. Now, here in DuBois County, officials say it will be about a month before the service is available here. They say a needed software update to address issues with the county's system is set to be done before the text service will be up and running. Janice Love is the director of the 911 Communications Center for DuBois County. She says though texting will be a very convenient way to contact authorities, it's not necessarily the best way.
certainly voice calling is going to save a lot of time. And I think everyone that uses texting knows they don't always go immediately where they need to go. And they're not read immediately, always. So, that's something that we've got to watch for and make sure that the public understands if you can make a voice call, you need to make a voice call.
Love says getting the texts as quickly as possible will be the biggest thing with the new program. She says the text to 911 service will be most beneficial for those who may be hard of hearing. Now, locally, Gibson and Warwick counties have already begun to use the service. Other counties across the area are working on the project, though there aren't not any timetables that have been given as to when the service will be rolled out in those other counties. The text to 911 system was originally designed by InDigital Telecom, which is based out of Fort Wayne. The company also built and will operate the system for the state's 911 board. That board provides service to 911 agencies all across Indiana. Area high school students interested in learning about a career in healthcare will soon have the opportunity to do so. Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center and the Vincennes University Jasper campus are partnering to host a health career camp coming up this summer. The camp will involve various activities, information, and practical advice from folks in the healthcare field. The camp will take place over 3 days coming up in July and will also provide insight into college life and careers. Those who participate will have to agree to actively be a part of the camp for all 3 days. To participate, a student must be a sophomore, junior, or senior in high school as of this upcoming fall. Applications for the camp are due by Monday, and the fee for the camp is $25, though financial assistance is available. Registration is limited. Applications can be found online by going to usi.edu. Completed applications should be sent to Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center, attention of the HR department. For more information or questions, you can call Tammy Billings at 996-0154, or you can email tbilling@mhhcc.org. The camp is set to be held between Wednesday, July 23rd and Friday, July 25th. It will run from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time daily. Folks who regularly drive along State Road 66 in Crawford County may have to find a new route temporarily. Officials with the Indiana Department of Transportation say they will be closing the road for 1 day next week. INDOT maintenance crews will close the highway from the junction with Interstate 64 and the junction of State Road 64. INDOT says crews will be replacing a drainage structure under State Road 66 a mile north of the interstate near Carefree. This closure will take effect next Tuesday morning, May 20th at about 7:30 local time. It is anticipated that the roadway will open again to traffic by the end of that day. Now, INDOT says no through vehicle traffic will be allowed. However, local residents will have access up to the point of closure. All lanes of traffic will be closed at the work zone, and the official detour is set to follow I-64 and State Roads 64 and 237. INDOT once again reminds motorists to follow the posted work zone speed limit, use caution, and consider worker safety when they travel through a work zone. Finally this evening, graduation season is set to kick off locally tomorrow evening. Southridge High School seniors will go through their commencement ceremony tomorrow night at Huntingburg's Memorial Gym. Today marked the practice run for that ceremony, and 92 seniors in all will be participating. Southridge High School Principal Kelly Murphy says the class has set the bar high for future classes.
The fact that they all help each other out, they work together, and not one day did I ever go through where I couldn't find a smile on some kid's face, or that they wouldn't just come right up and talk to me. It's just been a great group. They all get along, they work together, and discipline hasn't been a factor in this group. They work hard, and from A to Z. We're not talking about just a few. We're talking about every one of them, and it's going to be a special class, and they're going to certainly be missed.
This year's valedictorians are Jacob Mundy, Kylie Schwinghammer, and Dakota Thompson. William Gooksell is the class salutatorian, and class president Haley Libahusen will also speak during tomorrow evening's commencement. Again, that ceremony gets underway at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening at Memorial Gym. All right, coming up after the break, rain is starting to move out of the area. What to expect in the days ahead in your local forecast, sports with Kurt Gooksell, and Inform with Cheryl Mullis and Brian Ketzner. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.